the amendment by my colleagues, Congressman Allred of Texas and Congresswoman Torres of California. Our amendment directs the Secretary of Veterans Affairs to notify veterans of the expanded, cost-free child care services in this bill and perform outreach to veterans and their families. Each of us have heard from the women and men who have served and sacrificed in uniform about the challenges that come from seeking access to the benefits that veterans have earned. Last year, at a Veterans Roundtable in Woodland Park, I heard from women veterans that it is not enough for Congress to enact a new provision and think our job is done. We must direct the VA to find the veterans who need help and make sure they know and fully utilize these services. This straightforward amendment requires the VA Secretary to provide public notification on va.gov about the program and to perform outreach to inform eligible veterans. The VA has significant and specialized resources for our veterans. Veterans in my district rely on services at the Morristown Outpatient Clinic as well as nearby Lyons and East Orange facilities. I had the opportunity to visit the Morristown Clinic last week and speak with caregivers and patients at the facility. I want every veteran, including the more than 25,000 veterans in New Jersey's 11th Congressional District, to know that these VA facilities are there for them. These specialized treatment facilities are part of systems we're strengthening and saving. Mr. Speaker, we must make sure that child care resources reach their intended recipients as we work to improve care for our veteran community. Only then will we see veterans coming forward to seek counseling and other medical services, secure in the knowledge that their children have a safe place during their appointment. Simply put, this important child care program will not work as intended or have the reach that it could without informing our servicemen and women that it exists in the first place. I thank the gentleman from Texas for this amendment, and I wish he and his wife, who is from Montclair, New Jersey, well as they welcome their first child. I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentlewoman reserves. For what purpose does the gentleman from Tennessee seek recognition?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I rise in opposition, although I am not opposed.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I yield myself as much time as I may consume.
The gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Chair, I rise in support of Representative Allred, Sherrill, and Torres' amendment that would require the VA to ensure that eligible veterans are made aware of child care assistance available to them through this program via outreach and publicly available information made easily accessible on VA's website. This program will be no good to any veteran if they don't know that it exists and could potentially serve them. This is a common sense proposition, and I encourage all of my colleagues to join me in supporting it. On a related note, I understand that Representative Allred recently left D.C. to return to Dallas for the birth of his son, which is further proof of how disruptive children can be to a working parent's schedule and why this bill is so needed. I wish Congressman Allred and his family my hearty congratulations and send them my best wishes on this joyous occasion. And with that, I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The gentlewoman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to yield 1 minute to the chairman.
The gentleman from California is recognized for 1 minute.
I thank the gentlewoman for yielding. I support this amendment because we want every veteran